Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today I thought it would be fun to just do some plain old nail art. Kiara Sky recently came out with this gel art collection, and these are basically gel polishes with a really thin brush, so you can do just nail art. You don't have to, pour out some gel and get a different brush. These are supposed to make it super easy to just go ahead and do some nail art. So a lot of you always tell me like you think I'm more creative than I give myself credit for, and that I can do better with my nail art. So I'm gonna try really hard today some good old-fashioned nail art with these. I figure I can show you guys 10 different designs. We're gonna just do a full set of press-ons. I still have my nails on from couple weeks ago, and I think it's going to be a lot easier to do the nails on like a stand than to do it on my finger. I'm trying to give myself like a fair shot at this. Let's get right into it. So I have already swatched all of the gels. Here are all of the shades cured. I'm a little disappointed because on the bottles right here you can see those holographic glitters, but in these swatches I'm not seeing any holographic glitter whatsoever, so I'm a little disappointed on that so far. But other than that, these colors are really beautiful, really vibrant, and they seem really opaque as well, so we're off to a good start there. In regards to each nail, I probably am going to more or less change the shape of the nail depending on what I want to do. So I'm gonna start with a stiletto nail, and I'm going to be using these little stands to hold up all of my nails. I will link these, of course. You can just get these on Amazon. So for this nail, we're going to do a strawberry. I'm just going to do the entire thing red. This one's definitely going to need 2 layers. Also, please excuse my background. I know it's like a mess right now. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it because, as I was telling you guys a couple weeks ago, my big storage thing came in, so I'm trying to put that together, but they also only sent like 75% of it, so I can't even put everything in there yet, but it's still getting built right now, so this room is an extra mess. There we go, and I'm gonna cure it. Okay, so as far as these go, honestly, like besides the black, the red is the darkest one. I'm gonna try to add a little bit of dimension with our seeds. So I'm gonna use this one and the white, of course. And then I guess we're going with like a neon green stem. I hope that they expand the line of these. That would be really great because a lot of these colors are really bright, which you guys know I love personally, but it would still be great for an extended shade range. I think I'm gonna try to start some actual nail art. This green one, this one is out of Monet. Let me just show you guys also what the brush looks like. Honestly, when you pull it out, you get like a ton, so you're gonna want to be like wiping it off a lot on the edges. Here is like how long and thin this is. It's super long. Okay, great. Now let's try to fill it in. These are pretty opaque because this is covering up that red, which is nice. Might need 2 coats, but I'm hoping not. Okay, honestly, that looks like a pretty good stem, but I think it potentially will definitely need a second coat. It looks like a pepper right now, so you could be done with this. We don't even have to turn it into a strawberry. You can do a pepper. I'm gonna try to now do a second coat, but filling in definitely I think is the hardest part so far. Okay, there's our stem. So we have our stem next. I'm gonna try to make like divots for the seeds, if you know what I mean. The only thing I wish they would have done differently is just made this part like so much smaller, because I feel like I'm one bad move away from just letting it all leak out, and I feel like so much comes out on the brush. It's like kind of hard to be precise. So I'm doing little touches where I'm gonna do my seeds. I'm gonna cure it. And now I'm gonna take the white canvas, and I'm gonna go over all of the parts that had the red. You can see how much is like on the brush, because like almost when I'm doing it, it's almost like dripping off. And then I think in an ideal world, I would want a darker green to sort of outline the lime green. If you want to take the extra steps and just like go all out and outline everything, you do you, that's great. But these are just meant to be simple today. I think it actually looks pretty good for a strawberry. But I do have to decide now if I want to do it matte or if I want to do it shiny. I think I'm going to do it shiny today. For the shiny today, I'm going to be using the Kiara Sky Ultimate Top Coat. I love this top coat. It's one of my new favorites. It is a wipe one, but the shine for it is just so much more than some of my non-wipe top coats. Like, it's just so shiny. It's also super, super thin, and the brush is just like really, really malleable, probably because the formula is thin, but I just really, really love it. So yeah, we're going to keep this shiny today. We're just going to put this all over. Perfect. Alrighty, and this one is completely done. I'm honestly really happy with how this turned out. Like, you can't really see the detail where I did the first little dot of red and then the white, but I'm really happy I did that. I think it adds just like a little bit of dimension. We're gonna put our first official nail down and let's do the next one. So for the back for this one, I'm going to do blue because of course we're going to do a rainbow. Happy Pride, everyone. I'm going to use this really old jelly polish and hopefully it still works. Yeah, it'll be fine. Perfect. With jelly, you have to be so careful to make it even, otherwise you can just totally tell it's not. And then for this back part, I'm going to do a matte top coat. So now I'm going to take the red. I know that like everyone's going to be doing a nail sort of similar to this one, but I feel like everyone can have their own take on it, so that's what I'm doing. I wonder why they chose to do the red so dark when the rest of the colors are like neon. I think that's an interesting choice. And now it's okay for this that it's not all like super perfect because we're gonna do something else to the rainbow. I'm gonna grab the hollow powder out of my kit, but if you don't have it, you can grab any hollow powder. I'm just going over and sort of cleaning up anywhere that may have sort of bled. For this, I'm gonna take my trusty McCart top coat because I know it works with hollow powder. And then this part's important. Okay, we're only going to put top coat over the rainbow. Definitely gonna have to clean that up now. Okay. Okay, now I just have that over the rainbow. I'm gonna cure it. Okay, I think we're good on that. I can always touch up as needed. I am going to wipe with rubbing alcohol my rainbow. I just find that that makes the powder stick better and look better. And then now I'm going to get some powder, such as this. And then we're going to rub in. Okay, and then for this, I'm gonna wipe off where we don't want it. I do see that little spot right there. Gonna need to redo that. It's fine. I'm literally gonna just like try to put the smallest amount of top coat on those little areas right there. Doesn't that look good? Wow. And then once again, just gonna go do some touching up. Make sure this is exactly how I want it. I'm so glad that this is like turning out how I had in my head. Obviously this is not a super original design. I'm not talking about like this one. Sometimes you guys will be like, oh, like, can I steal that idea? You guys, I do this for you. I like do these designs like for you guys. Take them all you want. Like if you want to copy an exact set that I do, go for it. I'm happy that you liked it enough to want to recreate it, for real. So now I'm just going to top coat the rainbow once again, just by itself. I'm trying to make it so that we won't have to like redo the matte top coat. We may have to though. So now that that top coat is on and cured, I'm gonna just like really rub off any extra little pieces of pigment. And it looks like it did its job. Perfect. Okay, I was gonna go for some silver stars, but I think I might go for some gold stars. Those of you that also got this, you'll have to tell me how you feel about the gold and the silver not having any hollow in it. I am personally disappointed. Ooh, that's a good star. Like, I feel like I'm getting such thin strokes with these, even though for some reason I felt like it was gonna be more difficult to do that. So now it's going to be time to cure that. And I'm not going to top coat the stars. Those will be fine as is. Okay, here is another complete design. I actually really love this one. Put it with our strawberry. It's gonna be such an interesting set of nails for sure. Now we move on. And this one's just going to be a plain old coffin. Perfect. All right, now, a lot of you have been asking me to do a Squishmallow inspired nail because I am obsessed with Squishmallows. So I'm going to do one after no other than Mr. Malcolm the Mushroom. I thought that that would be a good one to do because he doesn't have any appendages, really, you know, and like appendages are kind of hard to add on. So we're going to do after Mr. Malcolm. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to try. I'm going to stick him over here so I can see him like in my little line of sight. Now I think I'm going to turn it this way because I'm going to put the top up there. Let me find a nude color that'll work. I actually think, look at this one. I think this one will work unless it's orange when we open it. No, it's good. Perfect, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. This is ginger. I think this one was in the Sweet Cravings one from a cart. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to do the entire thing like that with this base color. Perfect. So I don't know if anyone else has I wonder if you can see if I zoom out. Yeah, the Kiara Sky light. Does anyone else dislike that you have to like touch the sensor? I think I need to switch this one out for one where you don't have to have it because I can't just put in a single one of these because it won't like trick the sensor. I have to like have my hand in it. It needs like a certain height in there for it to turn on. And I don't like that. Honestly, I'm a little intimidated by the top of the mushroom. So I'm gonna start on its little belly. Okay, here's the little belly. I'm nervous. Okay, I don't even know how I'm gonna do this. So he definitely has like a little straight across line. I think something like that. Okay, I think that looks okay so far, but I think the edges are good for the most part. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna cure it before I do anything. Yeah, if you're getting these lines, you see that? That's because I didn't put it in like all the way evenly. That's what's happening. Or if your light's just doing that like every time, that means your light isn't curing evenly. Time to do the little dots. I think I'm gonna just start with the eyes. Let me just try to put a little tiny smile, and it smiles in red. This looks kind of scary. Why does this one look creepy and this one doesn't? Is the problem for this one? I think it's the eye. Yeah, the eyes. We're gonna have to wipe the eyes off. Okay, the eyes need to be further apart and the smile needs to be like directly in the middle. One nice clean swoop. Perfect. So it appears, I already knew this, so it's really my fault that the red just really wants to bleed. So I think first the best solution will be to do the smile and then the eyes. Okay, that looks perfect to me. Perfect. Almost perfect. Okay, I know the whole point is to use the brush and everything, but this black is just so liquidy. I'm actually just gonna put a little bit of it on a dotting tool. Sorry, this camera cut out for a second, but I don't know if I'm gonna make him matte. I don't know if I'm making glossy. I don't know what to do. Let's make him matte. He's already kind of matte, and I think that looks good. Oh my god, why is that? Do you guys look? It looks like it's like he's like melting. These gels are what I'm noticing right now is they almost have like a sticky layer that kind of needs to be not touched, because if you touch it like at all, it wants to like bleed a little bit. But here is Existential Dread Malcolm is what I'm gonna call him. Okay, you know what? I think he's fine. He worked. So I'm probably gonna be back a couple times over a span of few days doing this. So don't mind the outfit changes. Okay, so it's actually the same night, but I had to come back and we're actually going to start the other hand because I had an idea and I want to do it right now before I like lose my like sparkle about it. So this is our other thumb. I'm going to start off with a super thin layer of this one. I think this is my best bet. Like super thin to the point where it's almost transparent. And as you can see, I am doing it's like rounded one. All of these tips pretty much are from Couture. And I'm actually going to, I want lines. And I'm going to keep scraping more and more. Okay, quick, I'm going to cure this. So I'm gonna make a square. I don't know how much of a perfect square this is gonna be. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Can you guys guess what I'm making it? I know I haven't told you. I'll tell you soon. I want you guys to guess. Actually, I don't need to wipe off that. I'm gonna just cure it as is. Now we're gonna do like sort of like a crackle. It doesn't really matter, all of that's gonna be covered up anyway. But what we're gonna do now is fill in all of that I just outlined. Okay, here's this. I'm going to cure it now. Now we're finally gonna pull out this pink right here. This one is Inner Artist, and can you guys believe the first time I'm opening a pink is 4 nails in. Perfect pink for this. Perfect, perfect. Honestly, I think that these brushes are even a little bit too thick for like even more intricate nail art. Like you can get them really thin. That, or I wish they had a better sort of like stopper on them. Okay, I think I'm outlined here, so I'm gonna cure it now. Now I'm gonna fill in the rest of this pink. Does this look red on camera? I feel like it does, but it's hot pink in real life. I might need to add some more of that yellow. It's gonna be lots of touch up for this. I know this is taking forever. I don't know how long this video is at this point, but I told you I was gonna give it my all for these designs. I'm not gonna be lazy with them or anything like that. So, you know, that takes time for me. Can you tell what it is now? I had this exact one when I was younger. And then for the black, I'm gonna again use this little dotting tool. These little brushes are definitely not a replacement for your other brushes. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this one, but we'll see. This is so hard. I definitely do have a reference, by the way. I don't know if I'd be able to do this without one. I feel like it looked good and now it doesn't. Just gonna start over. The thing is, the animal, I don't know what these are. It's done. I don't think I'm gonna be able to write out the whole Tamagotchi thing on the top, but let's try. Why not? Oh god. This is so hard. Okay, that's the best we're gonna get. There's no way I can write Tamagotchi on the top like that, but I feel like if you see the Tamaga, you get what I'm trying to go with. Okay, and then for this, I'm gonna put a whole bunch of matte top coat on top. And then just with a little bit of shiny top coat, I'm just going to go over this like a little bit. Okay, this nail is done. Didn't turn out as good as I wanted it to, but as far as my skill set goes, I just needed a little bit more room, and I think if I were using a little bit more precise brushes, I could have been a little bit better, but it's not bad. Maybe I will revisit this concept at some point, for sure. So to recap, here are all the nails done so far. So now we're gonna do another piece of fruit. Probably never gonna guess, but let's do a piece of watermelon. I feel like just like a little watermelon slice. And this one is Tanger from Cart, and I think this one is from their Birds of Paradise collection. And this one's just like a super quick one because I feel like for some of these designs it's taking me like an hour. Then other ones it's taking like 15 minutes, you know. And then I think that with this one, Picasso, okay, I'm gonna wipe it off a ton and then I'm just going to do like a couple. Oh wait, or is that the other way? Damn, that's the other way. Oh, I did it wrong. There we go. Then it's the other way because as you get closer towards the rind, it gets lighter. It's gonna be a bright piece of watermelon. I think I'm gonna try my luck and do like a sort of like if I can do the thinnest line of white in the world across like the barrier, like the little place right here. Okay, and then just the seeds. Is that too many? Maybe. How many watermelons do you see nowadays with that many seeds? Perfect, cute. And I'm gonna use the Kiara Sky Ultimate Top Coat again. And voila, that one's cute and simple, isn't it? Okay, next day, my friend suggested, after I showed her the Malcolm nail, she suggested Wendy, so I'm gonna do Wendy. So I'm going to start by painting this one just white to begin with. So I think I'm going to make the top again like I did with Malcolm. So that means we're gonna get our green and I'm gonna wipe off as much as possible. Now for this, I'm okay with some of the white background showing, but I just need to basically like round off. She's not gonna have a lot of space in between those eyes today. Okay, I actually think that's okay. It's really the touch-up that I need to worry about right now. I'm not really worried about all this green here because it will end up being covered by just more green. And then her little yellow belly, I think I'm going to do the outline of the yellow belly first. That way I don't have to like go over the green. I'm just gonna fill in the green now. I think we're actually getting somewhere. I'm really excited. My friend was like, Wendy, and I was like, I don't think so. I thought I was gonna have to make like 2 little extra like round pieces out of polygel or something, which definitely could happen. It could be like a really cute 3D moment. Now time to fill in the little belly. Should be easy. So I don't know if we should do red-eyed Wendy. I think we probably should. I think I'm gonna bring back the dotting tool, honestly. Okay, there's the red. Now we must do the black part of that. Can you even see that? God, I hope you guys can. Now I feel like there's a long bit between these. Maybe I should have done the belly up more, but I'm gonna do the nose like boop, boop, like that. Now we must do the little smile. And then finally her little cheeks. I think I need to put the belly up a little bit more. So I'm gonna do that really quick. Okay, time for the matte top coat. So we're pretty much done with this one. I did wipe off everything so that the black should not bleed. I'm gonna try to be careful just in general though. I'm honestly putting on a pretty thick layer because there was lots of layers in this pretty much, and I don't know, I feel like it needs a thick layer, so. Okay, and here she is, Miss Wendy. I actually think it came out pretty good. I mean, like, there's only so much shape you can do on a nail, but I really like how it turned out. Kind of hard to see the red eyes a bit, but that's okay. So second squishmallow one down. I think I might do one more squishmallow inspired nail, but let's move on to some other ones. So for this one, I want to do probably what this was more or less intended to do. So I'm going to start out with this nude color. This is the one that we used for Malcolm. Not that these weren't meant for like more also intricate nail art, but I know with a lot of the designs that they showed, like for the advertisements for these, they were like a lot of French tips and stuff like that. So let's do that. Okay, and I think it just needs one coat. We don't need all kinds of, so I'm gonna do white, do like just like a basic French tip. I mean, they are pretty easy to do with these for sure. I'd say filling in is like some of the harder part to do with this, just because this brush is so thin. And I mean, like, there we go. That's a pretty easy. So now that we just have our basic French tip, I think I want to do some like cute like strawberry cow spots on this. I feel like cow spots are a little more like lumpy than whatever I'm doing. Okay, that is not gonna work. Okay, take 2 with strawberry cow. think that's good. I don't know if I would necessarily know it's like a strawberry cow sort of thing, but I feel it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, and then I'm gonna finally use this silver. This one is Silver Stroke. And again, this one does not have any hollow glitters in it. I'm really disappointed because the hollow glitters on the package, you would think that it was all hollow. I actually think it would be substantially better if it was hollow, but it's okay. Not bad. I'm gonna cure this, and then I think for this one, we should do shiny. I feel like I've done a lot of matte recently. Alrighty, and here's this one. Actually, I think it's really cute, and it only took me a second to do. Cow spots are super easy because literally anyone can do them, and you can put really whatever shape you want and call it cow spots, and no one can really argue with you because there's no like definitive cow spot shape. So for this one, I have this rug in my living room, and I thought it would always be really pretty on nails. I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to paint some plants, but I want to try. So for this, I'm going to paint this white, but I'm also going to grab a little bit of that nude color that I've been using, and we're going to just also mix it up against that so that it's not like necessarily white or tan, just has a little bit of like different dimension going on so that it's not all just one color, kind of like that. This is a much brighter green than like what my rug is, but that's okay. Does that kind of look like, it looks like some sort of plant. I couldn't tell you which one. I actually think that looks like a plant. And there's our leaf. Listen, I don't know what leaf this is. If this is an actual plant, let me know what it is, because I don't know. I'm just gonna pretend. Okay, now we just have 2 left. This is what we have so far. We just need the 2 pinky nails. So we got our last 2 nails ready to go. So I want to try a tie-dye nail. I'm gonna just start with like a light blue base right here. I just think that will be best. Something like sort of not quite neutral, because we just did a neutral base, but this one's sort of like a blue-gray, which I think will be perfect for it. And then to do the tie-dye, I'm gonna kind of glob a little bit of this base color down, but we're gonna have it kind of where the blank part is going to be. And then I'm going to open up, we haven't opened up this one yet, have we? This like dark pink, oh we have, we used it for the Tamagotchi. But we're just going to grab it and sort of do that. I'm not gonna do this necessarily like a rainbow one, because like not everything has to be a rainbow. Even though it's like normal, I'm just gonna do colors I think look good together. Maybe like just a warm set of colors. Maybe I'll go back and put some purple here. Now, just going to see if we can, and I'm wiping this off in between. Does that look tie-dye? I don't know if it necessarily looks as like tie-dye, but I think it still looks pretty cool. I'm gonna just cure it like this. I like it. I think this one will be best shiny. So I'm gonna take my top coat. Whoa! That top coat was really thin, and that was my bad. I'm taking these nails off like almost immediately after this anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but this nail is done. We have a whole set here. Now I need to do this last one. For this last one, I think I might try to do some like 70s flowers. I'm gonna go with a lime green for our background. And then I don't think we used this blue one enough, so we need to use this blue one. I'm gonna also see if there's any other ones that I think I left out. Maybe the orange. I'm gonna try for like more like 70s sort of like wavy looking flowers if I can. maybe an orange one. Just going to do the inside of the flower. Again, it's probably not going to make sense because it's not meant to make sense. So this design, I know it's simple, but it's actually modeled a little bit after how I wish my car could look. I have a black car right now and I want so bad to get it painted green, but I'm not gonna like spend money to get it painted. And I want to put like these like little flowers all over that, but I'm probably gonna stay black and I'm gonna probably put these flowers on it. But that is it for the designs. We are finally done. I can't tell you how long I've spent doing this the past couple days. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. I know I've previously asked you guys if you guys wanted to just see me design a bunch of press-on nails and stuff like that. And you guys said yes, so this was me doing it and also trying out these new gels from Kiara. I feel like I gave you guys my thoughts during it, so I'm just gonna leave you now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!